Yo, what's going on, everybody who is checking me out on a Friday morning? Hey, my microphone is way fucking loud in my ear, so I'm gonna turn it down. Here I am, Friday morning, and I'm gonna be joined by my boy Leo from the other side of the world. And good news, everybody who is gonna tune in here. I'm gonna give it a minute because we're just now, and it's Friday, and people are fucking working, but last night, I spilt a drink all over my computer, and it was fucking going haywire, and all kinds of crazy shit was going on during the Tyler Goodjohn show last night. And guess what? It fucking dried overnight, and I think everything is good. So, your boy's back. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and ask that everybody like and share this live stream right now and get as many people as you can watching this thing, because me and Leo are about to break down UFC 262 and a whole bunch of other shit. So let's go ahead and get going. What is going on, Mr. Leo?
How you doing, brother?
Yeah. People have been asking me when. Look at that. I put live with Leo right there. I don't even know what are we going to call these Friday things? Live with Leo.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Gonna find out someday.
Yeah. So tell me, what have you been up to, man? How you been and stuff?
Life slowly started back in France. Bars slowly reopening and stuff like that. So a few music projects with friends. So that's cool.
You've been doing some music projects, you said?
Yeah. Mostly music and watching the UFC late, really late.
Well, what kind of music you do?
At the moment, I have a project with an American type of band, but usually I'm more bluegrass music.
Nice. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Nothing like this here.
Wu-Tang Clan. Who knows? Who knows?
Nothing like the Wu-Tang Clan.
Someday.
Dude, so it's good to hear that you're doing well. Everything is good in your world. Everything is good in mine too. America's getting back to normal here. Everyone's getting their fucking government issued vaccines and being tracked. You know, conspiracy theories would say that we're being tracked by the government now, but we were already being tracked by these things. So fuck it, man. Here we go. Let's get right into it, dude. UFC 262 was this past weekend. Wow, huh? What an event.
From start to finish, it was insane.
Start to finish. Let's start off with the main event. I'll just tell you how I feel about it, and then I'll let you go ahead and break it down. I think that this, more than the Dan Hooker fight, this showed that Michael Chandler absolutely is a monster and belongs in the UFC. All his time in Bellator, was great, but every MMA fan out there says until you make it to the big show, you haven't really made it. And he came out in that Dan Hooker fight, waxed his ass real quick in the first round, and I couldn't believe he almost had that title won in the first round. Oliveira was very beneficial by the timing of that last attack. And and then Charles Oliveira, I've been on his train for about fucking 3 years now. So what do you got to say about this incredible main event?
It was full of emotions. Like as you said, it's been a while. I'm following Charles as well. Like I'm calling him, like saying, "Look at this guy. He's going to be next champion and stuff." Like I'm not happy because I'm right. I'm happy because I like the guy. Like he's a really likable person. Itself, I follow this story in the favelas and stuff. And the dude has good heart, and he's crazy talented. It's been like 10 years he's in the UFC, and it's finally deserved that he gets the belt.
A lot of people. I was talking about this with Mike, and Oliveira had that stigma of gassing out and like losing in the later rounds. But I don't. I got to tell you, man. I was like, man, that was so early in his career when what you guys are talking about. I just really didn't understand what people are talking about, because in the last 3-4 years, he's been nothing but one of the best in the business. And then you go back and you look at his record, and I'm trying to pull it up right now because I wasn't prepared to talk about this. But if you look at his losses, dude.
Oh man.
Okay, he lost in the first round to Max Holloway. He lost in the first round to Cub Swanson. He lost in the first round to Donald Cerrone. He lost in the first round to Jim Miller. So where is this stigma of gassing out in later rounds come from? Because he literally only lost in the later rounds.
Yeah, that's true.
2 times. Anthony Pettis and Frankie Edgar. That's it. Everything else was first round losses or a second round loss to I just fucking had it in front of me, Ricardo Lamas and Paul Felder. Two second round losses. One of them was a submission. One of them was a knockout. So I do not understand that whole that stigma that he has. But
I didn't even knew about that.
Right. No, that's like a thing people have been saying.
That's not even something I would even think about thinking about Charles Oliveira. I would think that about Michael Chandler, but not about Oliveira.
Right. So, it wasn't so much that he gives up. He gives up later on. That was the stigma.
It's maybe due to the weight cuts, maybe, because apparently he seems to drain himself a lot. So maybe people think.
Yeah, and since his return to lightweight, he has only lost 1 fight to Paul Felder, and it was a second round TKO by Paul Felder's vicious ass elbows, which, that's walking into a buzzsaw for any lightweight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's gone on this incredible run, dude. Clay Guida, Jim Miller, David Tamer, Nick Glenn.
Just guillotine, doing a guillotine to Clay Guida is itself a treat. Like submitting rear naked choke Jim Miller, it's insane. Like people don't give credit enough to what kind of victories it is. It's just for the best ones.
Right, and now the crazy thing, the crazy thing about it is like the conversation, like the day after UFC 262 is Charles Oliveira actually the best lightweight in the UFC right now because of Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje, and like I wish that wasn't the talk the day after. I wish they would give him his time in the spotlight because he has earned it. He's been in the UFC for 11 years now, and he fought 28 times to get to a title fight.
Yeah. I got your point. The answer would be no for the question you asked. Like, is he the best? But it's not at all the question you have now because, as you said, it's unfair. But you have so many beasts in the lightweight division that you can't say for sure that he's the best. Like, it's just that he won the title, but it's so stacked that anyone could be champion. I feel like that. And Chandler nearly proved it.
Right, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, but let's just run through a few of these UFC 262. We're going to get deep into that because that's a topic that we really need to break down. But okay, so Charles Oliveira did what everyone expected, and I don't know if you thought, but a lot of people, I thought that he was going to win that fight.
That was close. I mean, this knockdown by Chandler, that was so close. And as Chandler said in the interview on MMA On Point, like you think he woke him back up when he hit it, and when you see the video, it looks like that. It looks like he woke him back up with a punch.
Yeah, I did see him say that. He said that if he would have stood up and left him alone, the referee probably would have stopped the fight. But he hit him again, and it kind of popped him back up. Yeah, you know what? And Michael Chandler's grappling, people like really sleep on that. To be able to be in some of the positions that he was in against Charles Oliveira, the best submission practitioner in the fucking whole entire game. He had his back. He
slammed him.
Yeah, which was probably a bad idea, but
crazy. But he was confident, like.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like Chandler's strong as hell. He kept wrist control like the whole time. He would not allow Oliveira to really implement his jiu-jitsu on him, and I was impressed by that, man. He can scramble. He could get out of a lot of shit. He's small, but he's big. If that makes sense, he's small, but he's big, and he's very strong. And like, it's really tough to slap a submission on him.
No, I think his best, easier path to victory would have probably been to Tito Ortiz the shit out of Oliveira. Just elbows from the guard.
Yeah.
his short little arms will just pass through. And Oliveira doesn't like strong wrestlers. In his experience, he had some troubles with. So, yeah.
Leo. That's what Brad Williams says.
Brad.
What's up, Brad? And love Chandler was so shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Chandler. And I'll tell you right now, could there be two better guys in that main event? Like just people. Like I didn't really even know all the stories about Oliveira, like buying groceries and fucking taking care of people all in, up in the Vavillas where he comes from. And then Michael Chandler, just like the all-American dude, you know, him and his wife adopted a child and they love the fucking shit out of that kid. I'm telling you, like, it's just two gentlemen in the ring in the main event. And, you know, I would have been happy with either one of them winning. And it was cool to see Oliveira doing the Jose Aldo dance out in the in the arena.
Absolutely. And it's actually more fair for Oliveira to win the title. Chandler just arrived.
Right.
He's already popped in the top 5. Already got the title shot of first you know.
Yeah, and that was another thing too. A lot of guys in the lightweight division thought he jumped the line, and if Chandler would have won that title, he would have had a lot of people, you know, a lot of people wanting to kill that man. You know what I mean? So either way, it was a great main event. Chandler proved his worth. Oliveira proved that after so many years, he's finally the best of the best. And I couldn't be happier for either one of those dudes in their performances. The co-main event, dude. Let's move to the co-main. And we got to talk about Tony Ferguson, man.
We do.
Yes. So Tony Ferguson loses via unanimous decision to Beneil Dariush. It was not even close.
Really sad.
From bell to bell. And what are your thoughts on this fight and then on both competitors involved in that fight?
Okay. On the fight itself, it was a statement by Dariush of his dominance, but a statement as well of there is something wrong with Tony Ferguson. Or is it like I don't know. Is it fair to say that he's done because he's fighting Beast? But man, that's like 30 strikes in how many rounds? Like he didn't even throw a strike on the feet. Like he just threw elbows. So yeah, and total dominance by Dariush. Tony definitely got a really big problem on his ankle after the ankle lock, which was absolutely horrible to watch. Like, if there is one submission to tap, is the ankle lock, because it can fuck your career off. And I think he's done. Like, that's sad to say, but
it's dude. Okay, so I think I had this conversation with Mike on the show the other night, but we'll just reiterate it. A lot of people are online saying that if you say Tony Ferguson is done, you're a casual. You don't know what you're talking about. I completely disagree with that, because we are diehards and we know what we're seeing. And the Tony Ferguson that we see now in the cage is in no way the Tony Ferguson that we saw in the cage in past years. His last 3 fights have been extremely damaging on his body. First of all, he's taken a shitload of damage. He almost got his arm broken against Oliveira and didn't tap to that one. The dude's too tough for his own good. He's in that heel hook and his knees popping on it. We never know.
Yeah.
We don't know how much damage is on that knee right now. So he could be, as far as we know, he could be out for a very long time. Maybe not, because it's Tony and he's, whatever. But what a lot of the analysts are saying, and what I tend to agree with, is his crazy janky style of fighting is finally catching up to him.
Yeah, that's true. It took a lot of damage, and you can see that even like I noticed that before during the interviews, and the pre-fight press conference.
Yeah, Brad, thanks for tuning in. If you're taking off, good luck. I unfortunately am not going to make it to the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame this weekend. I have Memorial Day obligations. Unfortunately, I am still in the military and I cannot make it up there. But have the best time you guys possibly can at the Hall of Fame induction this weekend, and we'll catch up later. Sorry, Leo. I just wanted to shout that out.
No worries. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed the way he was speaking. Like, it's a bit like the big difference between Dan Severn before and today. Like they kind of struggle to speak. Publicity or something. And I noticed that on Tony, like he kind of stumble on his words and stuff nowadays. And I think he didn't used to do that until even recently.
Joe Ivy's got a nice comment here. She says, "I'll play devil's advocate. Is he done or is he just being exposed?" She's right. Now, this is I tend to agree with the exposed part. I don't know if he's done or not. I do not think he's a top 6 or 7 right now. Elite. They got him ranked at number 6, which I think is crazy. They did make that comment during the fight. He like I just said a minute ago, his janky, like crazy, like off the wall style, his switch steps and his fucking rolls and spins and elbows and all this stuff. He's very unorthodox, and for years that fucked with people. And now that people are figuring his game out, and he can't stop your textbook single leg takedown attempt, your double leg. Beneil Dariush was doing the most basic of takedown attempts and fucking snatching him and dragging him to the floor.
Yeah,
it seems like he forgot wrestling class. You know what I mean?
Chael Sonnen talked about that and said that he skipped the wrestling trainings because he said that Tony, he's a collegial wrestling expert and he should never have. Like it never happened before. Like he used to have a great takedown defense and be even more offensive of his back. But it seems like he skipped some trainings or stuff like that. That's what Chael Sonnen said, but I don't know if
I don't know if he skipped it. I just feel like he's so set in his ways now with his and Susan Walker. Somebody just put it in the. She mentioned CTE. This, you know what? We don't know that, but Tony is so, not to sound like an asshole, he's a weird dude now, and he's getting weirder as the years go on. And the more he keeps getting hit in his damn head and not protecting himself, he just does not seem like a normal dude anymore. Like you get him in the press conferences, he just goes off on these weird fucking. He's got a baseball in his hand.
The way he was holding his own arm, like that, like that was weird.
He's a strange dude, man.
Like the stuff she was saying to Dariush, even there was some stuff that was absolute nonsense. There was a good line with Dana White privilege.
that was, but like to bring up I'm a Mexican kid in America. You have no idea. To a kid that was born and raised born in Iran, you fucking moron. I'm like, and Dariush even said it. He was like, "Bro, how you gonna come up with I'm a fucking Mexican in America? I'm a fucking Iran. I'm from Iran, bro. Like, I've been through this. I've been through some tough shit myself. Like, come on now." And like, I think Tony was like fishing for fucking ways to get in his head, and it didn't work.
Man, I'm so happy that Dariush is in the top 3. It's so much deserved. Like, it's cool. Finally, he's in the top 3. And, he's gonna do damage. He's a dangerous man.
Joe Ivy said, "Are we just ignoring or tiptoeing?" Or yeah, he did have a mental breakdown last year, and his wife was like extremely concerned about him, maybe even hurting himself. I remember that, and yeah, dude, it's just like I don't think he's done, but I do think that he needs to maybe get back to the basics. Stop with all this craziness in the ring or in the cage, and like, maybe get a couple reset matches. And I don't like the fact that he's still ranked number 6 because that means he needs to still be fighting these top.
Oh, he's going to fight killers again.
He's still fighting killers. Yeah. So, maybe, dude, you know who I thought? Okay.
Maybe they're gonna give him I don't know, like top 10 or something like that.
And dude, if Drew Dober wins this weekend against Brad Riddle, or this next pay-per-view against Riddle, I would give him Drew Dober, or I would say Dober, because Dober. Let's bring up the rankings real quick.
Man, Dober is a nasty gift. It's
Dober's no, yeah, but yes, I know that, and I think Dober fucking hurt him too, actually.
Man. He's
But
a monster.
he's number 14 right now. Dober is.
Yeah,
So like it makes sense to me. Or God, I fucking hate doing this. I'm like for Tony, Kevin Lee. If Kevin Lee comes back to the lightweight division, would Kevin Lee be a good one? Because Kevin Lee's lost 4 of his last 6 fights. He's kind of a question mark. Maybe a Kevin Lee, Tony Ferguson fight would make sense.
Yeah.
Or
some people talked about Cowboy.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, or as crazy as it sounds, 6 losses in a row, Cowboy Cerrone, and
the rematch.
3 losses in a row, Tony Ferguson might be a nice one to run out there, man.
Imagine Cowboy knocks out Tony like head kick.
Oh my God, it would be insane.
That's cold, something you never have seen before. Cold, out cold, like stiff.
All right, let's go deep into the lightweight division. But before we do that, let's talk about one more. We don't really have to talk about all too much of the UFC 262. I mean, Jacare got his.
The match Bontorin fight was good as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we got the Schnell Bontorin fight, but I want to talk about the Barbosa fight, dude. Barbosa looks great right now. I don't know, like I thought he looked fantastic, and Shane Burgos, I just absolutely love that dude. I love him. He's like maybe one of my favorite fighters right now.
Old school scrapper.
God damn, head down, forward. Like he keeps his hands low and he keeps his head down. And he just walks his forehead towards his opponent, and he takes shots, but he gives shots. And that fucking dude is awesome.
And he's a dinosaur. He's a dinosaur because he gets knocked out like 5 seconds after.
Yeah. What did you think about that?
That was insane. And actually, Barbosa was in trouble a few times, and his eye was badly swollen, pissing blood. It was nasty. And he got this overhand. I think it was an overhand from hell, and just crumble behind. That was insane. But the fight itself was way closer than the knockout might tell.
I totally agree. I think that Barbosa showed some toughness because Burgos hit him with some fucking shots. And then, of course, Barbosa is going to do his thing with his kicks. He was chopping Burgos' leg. Leg
spinning back to the body, to the liver. That was insane.
Oh, dude, the spinning. His kicks were on point. He looked great, and I just think that the knockout was just crazy. He hit him with a left hand. He jabbed him in his eye, and then he followed it with that right hand to the right, right between the eyeball and the temple here. It cracked him. I don't know, man. He sent his brain into fucking orbit, and it didn't realize it was there for about 5 seconds.
It seemed like mentally he was still kind of there, and he said like, okay, I'm gonna just stand behind a bit, do 1 feet away, and just his body said no, like he crumbled. Insane. It was
one of the stranger knockouts I've seen in a long time because of the delay, dude. It was like his brain didn't communicate with his body for a good 5 seconds. It was fucking. He separated his body from his mind for a period of time, and then they met back up and fucking they met back up. his soul re-entered his body and realized that he needed to sit down on the fucking cage. Man, it was fast.
Shit.
I love Shane Burgos. I think he's just like his toughness and like his last few fights have just been fucking absolutely entertaining. He could be one of those guys that's too tough for his own good at some point in his career. He could be taking a little bit too much damage, but for the time being, I can't say enough about how much he entertains me.
In 2 years, it's over.
yeah. Get it in now, my man.
Enjoy now. Jacare Souza.
Yeah, and then poor Jacare's arm, and where it broke right above the elbow. God, where it popped.
I couldn't believe it. Wow.
I was at a wedding. I didn't see it live, so did they say they could hear it on TV? I didn't. Did you? Can you hear it? You could hear it pop.
I mean, it was really late, and we had some quite a bit of drinks, but I can hear. I could hear the.
Oof. Well, okay. So let's go.
It didn't shock me that much. I was a bit wasted, so.
Yeah, yeah, and then he's just the next. He's the next big time, big name veteran released by the UFC, man.
Yeah,
He joins Alistair
legend.
Alistair Overeem, JDS, Diego Sanchez, and now Jacare, man. They're all going on off into
It's a conspiracy against me because I'm a fan of veterans.
those
I'm sure Dana White heard it, and he wants to fire all of them. And you better not touch to Andrei Arlovsky, Dana. Hear me out.
You better keep Andre the Pitbull in there, god damn it.
Keep it forever.
You know, I'll tell you, man. And I've been covering the BKFC a lot lately, and that's like my number one thing I go to nowadays is bare knuckle. And I see these guys, and like certain guys I would love to see in BKFC, and other guys I don't. And like a lot of people are like, Diego Sanchez would be great in BKFC, but I don't know how Diego Sanchez's brain is right now.
Good enough to fire his stupid coach, but
yeah, we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Let's
do that. All right, so let's go like this. Let's talk about the lightweight division. I'll put the top 15 up at the bottom there. You got Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor part 3 coming up. Justin Gaethje's just like waiting in the shadows for his opportunity. I don't know what's going on with Justin Gaethje. I don't think he has a fight. I don't think he's planning a fight unless it's a title fight. You got Dariush at number 3 now. Chandler. Would you want to see like a Chandler Gaethje or I hear Dariush is going to take some time off because he's about to have a child.
Yeah. He said that for few. What did you got the rankings?
You got Islam Makhachev about to fight Thiago Moises.
Oh.
You got Drew Dober coming up next pay-per-view against Brad Riddle. I don't think Felder has a fight coming up. I could be wrong about that. But you know, where does the next title fight come from? Who's fighting Charlie Oliveira next?
Yeah, there is a lot of options. Some people could say the winner of Poirier McGregor. Some people would say Justin. I guess it's a hard choice. They're definitely not Dariush if he takes that much time. I guess nobody wants to wait that long.
I feel like the no-brainer answer is the winner of the Poirier Conor fight, right?
Yeah, that's what everyone
and we
wants.
got to remember that this is a business as well, and what's going to sell the most pay-per-views. Now, if you know, a lot of people think Poirier is going to go ahead and win that one again, but I don't know why they're just dismissing Conor.
Yeah, man, it's crazy how Conor is disrespected at the moment. It makes me mad. Like it sounds like he's like a top 50, like something like that when people speak about him.
Right, and
crazy.
So, and I you know, if Poirier, I think it's the winner of that one. I think that's easy, right? The winner of that one gets Charles Oliveira. So, what do you do with Michael Chandler? You give him. I don't know what Gaethje's up to.
Michael Chandler, do you give him Gaethje or do you give him somebody lower, like RDA?
What about Paul Felder?
What about Paul Felder? Yeah.
I think Paul Felder, Michael Chandler on the feet would be a fun one to watch. I think.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind to see RDA with Chandler. To be fair, it would be a good fight.
They match up well. This is the thing. Like we have not mentioned Tony Ferguson, right?
Yeah.
We have not mentioned Tony Ferguson because look at that top 15 and tell me that after watching Tony's last 3 fights, he belongs in this conversation. I just really don't. I think he gets smoked by Dan Hooker. I think he gets smoked by RDA. I think Paul Felder hurts Tony right now. I think Islam Makhachev ends his career.
Gillespie finish him as well.
I think Gillespie drags him to the floor and beats him down just like Beneil Dariush did.
Grant Dawson. He's number 15.
Who?
Grant Dawson.
What number is he?
Number 15.
On what rankings are you looking at? I pulled these off of the UFC rankings.
Oh, sorry, I'm MMA World Rankings.
Yeah, MMA. So MMA World Rankings. are go a little different because they'll add people from Bellator and
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool. I didn't know that.
yeah. Occasionally you'll see like if you go to the like featherweight division, you'll see like Pitbull in there and like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, light
Pitbull, man.
heavyweight
Pitbull is the.
division
I would like to see Pitbull in the UFC.
in the UFC. Yeah, it would be nice to see
That
him
would be
come
some
over.
fun, Mike. Man, that's what the yeah.
Yeah, and Gregor Gillespie just beat Ferreira, so Gillespie is back on the winning track. I
Yeah,
think
he's tough.
he looked great. It's just like that lightweight division is so goddamn stacked. It's so full of killers. I'm really curious to see how long Oliveira can hang on to that title, and B, who is the person that's going to take it from him, because there's capable people. You know what I mean?
There's capable people. I'm wondering, like a guy like Islam Makhachev would probably smoke him. I guess. I have to say.
It's insane that in Islam's number 10, and he's only number 10. He's number 10 because nobody wants to fight him. He's so inactive.
Because nobody wants to fight him, and he's inactive as well. Like he got his reasons to be inactive.
But like I said,
like, who is this guy again? Like Zabit. Yeah, Zabit's been years having fought.
Zabit's one. He's a featherweight, but he's in the same boat. He barely ever fights. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Joe Ivy says, "What do you think?" Hey, yeah. What do you think of RDA? And she asked another good question. Where did I don't know. We just noticed that Aliquinta was taken off the rankings, and I think it's straight up because he just hasn't fought.
Will he fight?
I don't know. I would have to look up when the last time he fought. Was the last time he fought against freaking Khabib?
No. Yes. No, I don't think so. I think he fought after that.
Aliquinta, because Al was a guy that I had mentioned the other day that maybe him and Tony Ferguson would be a good one, because Al's always out to entertain, and he oh Jesus Christ, he's fought 3 times since
this is dude, so sad for him.
Okay, so he lost to Khabib, beat Kevin Lee, but then lost to Cowboy and lost to Dan Hooker.
Oh, so, yeah, that's tough fights.
So he has not fought in 2 years. So
yeah, since as long as Islam Makhachev actually. Sorry, Zabit. Sorry,
Zabit.
So he had a grappling bout with Mike Perry, and he lost. He lost to Mike Perry in submission. Hey, underrated Mike Perry on the ground.
Yeah, Mike Perry. That's another whole. That's a whole nother conversation. Right. So.
Yeah, Quinta, like you said.
Quinta, man, he could be another one. So the Tony Ferguson saga, I would say, dude, Kevin Lee, as weird as it sounds, Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah, Cowboy
and then it's maybe Drew Dober. If Drew Dober beats Drew Dober, most likely will get a win. I believe he beats Brad Riddle. But either way, maybe the winner of that fight. I don't know. It's just like you got to get Tony back on his bike, man. You got to get him back.
It's a complicated situation because you can't give him like a guy ranked 20. He's still number 6. It's a bit like Chandler. You were talking about like somebody who was under Hooker. You said like Kevin Lee and guys like that, but I think it's maybe a bit disrespecting Chandler to give him like a guy in rank 10. So that's why I think RDA is a good pick. He's above Hooker, so that's still respectful enough.
I love it, dude. So you got Conor Poirier. You match up Chandler and RDA. You go Tony, Kevin Lee.
Oh, yeah.
And you go from there. I think Drew Dober beats Brad Riddle, and then you throw Dober and Gregor Gillespie in there soon.
And Gaethje versus the winner of one, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what the Gaethje's a mystery right now, dude. If anybody knows what the hell's up with Justin Gaethje, please let me know, because I don't know. I mean, you can try to look him up, but he's kind of radio silent right now. So I think he's just waiting. He's waiting for the UFC to call him and say, "Hey, you want this Charles Oliveira fight?" And he'll be like, "Yeah."
He's like a shark. He's like a shark hiding.
He's circling his prey right now, dude. That's all he's doing. All
Chopping
right,
away his leg kicks.
dude. So how about this? I'm gonna put something up on the screen, and you're gonna react to it. Okay. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fablam! Oh shit! What the fuck? What am I looking at, Leo?
Is that a horror movie? Is that an old 90s motivational movie? Is that Karate Kid?
It looks like a scene out of the movie Hostel. You know what I mean?
A mix of that and Karate Kid.
Yeah, dude. So, anyways, the saga continues with these two morons. I mean, no disrespect to Diego Sanchez, but I'm calling him a moron right now because he hooked himself up with this fool right here,
Man.
Joshua Fabia. Look at
You're an asshole to take this picture. It's the worst.
sitting on their bed. So
sitting on him.
sitting on him. He's sitting on his lap. He's sitting on his damn lap. Look at him. Oh my God. So man, is this not the weirdest MMA related story in recent memory?
I thought you was going to say relationship.
A relationship, whatever you want to call it. The weirdest goddamn story, relationship, saga. It's just crazy. And like,
I think it's nasty. I think it's manipulation, actually. It makes me laugh, but it makes me sad as well and angry for Diego because
it's absolutely insane. He's like Diego, God bless. I believe he was brainwashed by this fucking dude. I don't know. Yeah. He's like this guy's like a cult leader, but the cult is a cult of fucking one. Cause I don't know how many people actually go to the school of self-awareness, but just his gym alone, the name of it sounds like a damn cult. The school of self-awareness. Yeah, they're all going in there. They're all drinking the Kool-Aid, and Diego bought in big time, and it ruined his relationship with the UFC that he's had for so long. It lost him his final fight. It's just an ugly situation, man. How do you feel about this now? I know you said you feel sad, but
I mean, it makes me. I like Diego, and I don't like to see him go like that and stuff. And I didn't like the change he made to himself after going with this guy, this Joshua Fabia. I think he's an asshole and a manipulator. Yeah, but what do you like? He's an adult, responsible man. He does whatever he wants with his life,
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy that Diego listened to somebody got in Diego's ear and finally talked some sense into him and said, "My man, your whole legacy is burning up right now because you're letting this dude control your life. He's controlling your interviews. He's controlling everything. If you will look up any Diego Sanchez interview in the last 2 years, this guy either A, is sitting right next to him, or B, barges into the interview and completely hijacks it and does all the talking and just silences fucking Diego. Diego is not allowed to speak in the presence of Joshua. You know what I mean? It's crazy. One of the best things of the whole thing was when he confronted.
It's my brother. Sorry.
What's going on? That's your brother. What's up, Leo's brother? Yeah. When Joshua Fabia went up to Matt Serra in Dubai.
That was crazy. With Dean Thomas was there as well, I think.
Dean Thomas cell phone videoed it, and like Matt Serra's like, "No offense to you, bro, but I don't even know who the fuck you are." He's like, "I don't give a fuck about you. Nothing. You don't mean anything to me."
His ego is over the board, like every cult leader, I guess.
Yeah, that scared the crap out of me. What scared the crap out of you? This?
Oh, that's insane.
I got to tell you, when this video came out, I immediately had to go find it. One, because I guess I'm a fucking lunatic and I needed to see it. But then I watched it, and I'm not going to lie, I may have watched it 15 goddamn times because I was turning the sound up higher. I kept turning the sound up higher
Putting slow motion, fast forward.
Yeah. I wanted to see it. I was like watching the impact on his face. I was like, how hard is he actually hitting him? And like he was, he was smacking him.
We should do a remix and use it as a music of the show there.
Right. Dude, let's talk about okay, let's get off the Diego Sanchez subject and let's talk about this here.
Oof.
Bam. Jon Jones is looking stout at 240 pounds right now. He wants the title fight. He's pricing himself out with the UFC apparently, which hurts me because I see how much money the boxing world is making. I think the UFC's value is so much more than boxing right now, but these guys are not getting paid. And if Jon Jones, I don't know what he asked for. Maybe I know that he mentioned
40 millions.
How many?
40?
40 million?
No, 4 millions. Maybe I can't remember.
Either way, like
40 million. Sorry. No, I think it was 4 millions. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I read that.
Yeah. So,
well, it doesn't matter.
I know the 8 million. I know the 8 million price tag was mentioned. I think 15 million and
they're negotiating, but the UFC is using Derrick Lewis as a tool.
Right now, the Derrick Lewis Ngannou 1 fight was god awful, and nobody wanted to see. I mean, nobody ever wanted to see a rematch between that one.
Man,
but
is that one of the top 3 worst fights ever in UFC or even MMA?
Just quite possibly. It was up there in the Dada 5000 Kimbo Slice conversation.
Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock in
Shamrock, terrible, just terrible.
Punching the dick.
Yeah. What do you think the UFC does here, man? Do you think that they give it to Derrick Lewis and just tell Jon Jones to fuck off? Because honest to God, UFC has all the leverage in the world. They have these guys handcuffed to these.
It's cool.
They got them tied up in these contracts, and I don't know. You're maybe not familiar with with American football, but the Detroit Lions in the past, had a contract with Barry Sanders, and Barry Sanders said, "Release me from my contract, or I'm going to retire." And the Detroit Lions told him, "You can retire, but you can't go sign with another team. If you come out of retirement, you're playing football for us, whether you like it or not. You signed this contract." And you know what? The dude retired at 28 years old. That one of the greatest running backs of all time put his career away forever because he didn't want to play for this fucking franchise anymore. Same thing happened, believe it or not, with the same franchise. Like 10 years later, this guy, Calvin Johnson, was signed to a contract with the Detroit Lions. He told the Detroit Lions, "Release me from my contract. I don't want to play for you anymore, or I will retire." Then you know what they told him? "Fuck you, dude. You're Barry Sanders to us." You know what I mean? And his career ended. Now, Jon Jones and these UFC fighters find themselves in the same exact position as these guys who sign with these teams. But the thing is, the UFC is not a team. It's an organization. I do not understand how an organization like this can lock these guys into like a team contract and handcuff them forever. Like Jon Jones can literally never fight again. Think about that.
That's insane. But the UFC always have been rough with maybe not that much, but
GSP right now. If GSP wanted to go box somebody or go fight
Dana won't fight him.
He still has a fight left on his contract. So
that's crazy.
It's just absolutely insane to me that these fighters get themselves into positions to be fucked like this.
Yeah. They don't have the choice.
Right. So, unfortunately,
they're not going to go to one. One championship is maybe better for your pay and for your freedom.
But unfortunately, once they sign these 5-6 fight contracts, unless you finish them out, you are a fucking slave to the UFC. You know what I mean? Yeah. They have got you under Joshua Fabia mind control for the rest of your goddamn life.
Yeah, and on the other hand, like if they want to release you with no reason like that, even if there's contracts left, they just fire you like a piece of shit.
All right. So with that said, we'll say the UFC has three options. Derrick Lewis for a smaller paycheck, but now Derrick Lewis is saying, you know what, I'll take $8 million. So I'm sure.
I'm glad he does that.
Right. So now Derrick Lewis is jumping on board. He was like, hey, you know what? I'll take $8 million to fight Francis Ngannou. So what their options are is a third fight with Stipe, right?
Yeah, that would be fair. That would be the fairest.
A third fight with Stipe, a rematch with Derrick Lewis, or a super fight with Jon Jones. And I really think that it ends up being Derrick Lewis, which is the one that people want to see the least, I believe.
I feel like there's a lot of chances for Stipe.
I would love to see Stipe get another shot for
because
sure.
I feel like a lot of people are asking for it. Even in the UFC, I think they talked about that. That would be fair. And Ngannou said that it would be fair that Stipe gets the rematch because it's 1-1. So yeah, I think it would be Stipe. There is a bit more chances. I think Derrick Lewis is just up there for putting a bit of pressure on Jon Jones to make the price go down.
Joe Ivy's saying that Stipe won't fight until next year. He must have said that. I don't know. I'm be honest with you. I don't know if he made that clear, but I know he said he wants to put on some size and get back up into like the 240 something pound range.
Man, that would be insane.
Yeah, he said he wants to get his size back up and then go back at Francis one more time. But you know, I believe that's
there's other fights coming as well. Like if Stipe is behind if he comes next year, but there is probably a title contenders fight with Alexander Volkov and Cyril Gane as well.
Yeah,
not to forget.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Cyril Gane is a beast, dude. And
I'm scared for him. Like that Volkov fight is.
Volkov's a beast too. And Volkov, his size alone is something, dude. That guy's a monster. He's a fucking monster.
Actually, I think it's a punition. This fight, it's a punition from Dana for the last fight of Cyril because he didn't like the fight with Rosenstruck, and I think for punishing him, he put him against Volkov, which is the worst matchup.
Where is Rosenstruck? Like, where's he in this whole conversation?
Where is he? Yeah, look far.
Yeah, is he just taking some time off? So hopefully we see if you had to choose out of the three, which one do you want to see the most, and which one is the most realistic?
For me, the fairest would be Stipe. The one I would like to see the more would be probably Jon Jones, out of just for the fun. And the one we will get, I think, if Stipe says no, I think it will be probably Derrick Lewis.
Yeah.
But you never know because I think Derrick Lewis is just there to go down a bit the price for Jones, and in the end, Jones will say okay for like maybe 3-4 million. I don't know.
I was just gonna say if Derrick Lewis got offered $1 million, he would take it in a heartbeat. I mean, $1 million. So that's what I think. I think Derrick Lewis fights him next. I want Jon Jones. We won't get Jon Jones. So Derrick Lewis. We have upcoming events coming. UFC 263, dude. UFC 263 is a banger, dude.
There is the main event as well. The next main event this Saturday as well.
Oh, which one's this Saturday?
Font versus Garbrandt.
Oh, Garbrandt. That's right. Rob Font. Yeah. Rob Font, New England kid. They train about an hour and 20 minutes from where I live.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah. The New England cartel. Those guys are fucking badass. And Rob Font is on the come up big time. That's an interesting fight. Cody Garbrandt wins. He's right in the title. He gets a title shot probably. Rob Font, on the other hand, should be in that same conversation, but I don't know if he is. You know what I mean?
I guess if one gets it, the other would.
Oh, by the way, Rosenstruck's fighting in 2 weeks against Augusta Sakai.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think Rosenstruck should get it.
Yeah.
But Sakai is nasty.
Yeah, Rosenstruck, I don't know. All he's done is fought monsters, so you know what I mean?
This Saturday we have Ben Rothwell finally fighting.
Ben Rothwell. You got Carla Esparza and Yan Joyan, however you say her last name. She's nasty too.
Yeah,
dude, you got Jack
Kalman.
Hermanson and Edmund Shabazian.
Have you
It's
seen
a fucking good card.
How weird it's placed in the card? Like, why is it so low? The middleweight fight. I don't get it. Because they're big names. I think. I think they're big draws, both of them, and they're like starting the main event, which is weird.
Yeah, that's a decent card this weekend. Down in the prelims, you got Ben Rothwell, you got Court McGee.
Oh, Court McGee, that's right.
Yeah, Court McGee's in there. So, who you got in the Rob Font Garbrandt fight?
Garbrandt?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. It's like I like Rob Font a lot, and he's really fucking showing. He beat Sergio Pettis, Ricky Simone, and Marlon Moraes in a row. You know what I mean? That's
crazy.
Yeah, the current champ over in Bellator, he got a unanimous decision over Sergio. So that was a couple years ago, but you know,
still counts. Sergio was already a more than decent fighter at the time.
Right. Now the next pay-per-view, though. Let's go to the next pay-per-view. You got
Sakai.
That's a fight night. That's a fight night. You got
sorry, excuse me. Because it was Walt Harris. 263. Yeah, Israel Adesanya Margin Vettori.
It's a fucking killer, man. The UFC just keeps putting these damn
wow, man, that's a crazy card. I didn't know Paul Craig was fighting as well.
You got Nate Diaz and Leon Edwards. You got Figueiredo and Moreno running it back. Paul Craig. The guy Jamal Hill that he's fighting is a fucking beast. You know what I mean? You got Beneil Dariush fighting Damian Maia.
No, not Beneil Dariush. Bilal Muhammad.
Below Muhammad. Jesus Christ.
I was thinking Beneil Dariush.
My bad. The first name threw me off. Bilal Muhammad. My bad. Bilal Muhammad back in there already. You got Drew Dober and Brad Riddle. You got Eric Anders and Derek Stewart. It's like Lauren Murphy and Joanne Calderwood. Yeah.
Man, even the prelims are just. Chase Hooper is fighting as well.
Chase Hooper, you got Alexis Davis, a veteran back in there in the bantamweight. Yeah. She's making her way back up to bantamweight. She had been fighting in the flyweight division for a while. So I mean, that's a really good card. Marvin Vettori, you think he could pull it off? I mean, their first fight was very close. It was a split decision. I think that was like 3 years ago.
I think he's a beast. I think he was already close at the time, and I think he got chances definitely.
Yeah, and Marvin, he is what kind of streaks he on? He hasn't lost since Israel. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think Israel Adesanya is so goddamn good, and I think he just gets better and better every time he goes out. But that's a very interesting one. The Devison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno one. Figueiredo will be healthy this time.
I hope so.
Yeah. Remember he had like food poison. Was it food poisoning or something?
He was puking like a few hours before, I think.
Yeah, he was having problems. Susan Walker says she hopes JoJo smokes Lauren Murphy.
She will.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Ben Field would have something different to say. Ben Field thinks that Lauren Murphy is going to be the champion of the flyweight division by the end of 2021. We've
rebel claims.
Yeah. We have ordered a blood test on Ben Field to see what kind of narcotics are flowing through his goddamn system to say some shit like that. And what about Nate Diaz, Leon Edwards? Who do you got?
You know what? I'm gonna pick Nate.
Really?
Because nothing is impossible for Nate.
That's a tough task, my friend. That is a very tough task. Leon Edwards is a monster.
You know why? Because the last fight he did was against Masvidal, and I felt that he was starting to win the fight, and the cut stopped it. But I felt like he was starting to get the edge. So I picked Nate.
Right, and the only fight we've seen Leon Edwards in the last like 2 years was the one against Bilal Muhammad that lasted one round, right? Or did they go into the second round before the eye thing happened?
Yeah. But when I say Nate, it's just the heart speaking. It's not the mind. Just so you know, I know Edwards is a monster and should normally beat him. But yeah,
I got the Nate flag hanging in here. Yeah, I love this guy. So, you know, I mean, it would make me super happy to see Nate win that fight. I believe he's in for a tough job that night. I don't know, man. We will see where they go from there.
Triangle submission and
he's gonna get him in a triangle, flip him off with both hands, and then elbow him to death, maybe
in the spine. 12-6.
Yeah, 12-6. Yeah.
Damian Maia, Belal Muhammad. Who do we get?
Oh, Damian Maia versus Belal Muhammad. I really just think that Belal Muhammad is you know, he's really getting to the best that he's been in his career. He's got really good wrestling. He's got good striking. And Damian Maia, what is he? I don't even know without looking it up. But what is he, like 42 now? 43? The dude's, and I know that age is just a number or whatever. But Damian Maia could very well be the next veteran on the chopping block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like an asshole, but that's just how I'm feeling about.
I can't remember what's the form for the Damian Maia. What is his recent record? Now he lost since few times in a row. No,
right. Here's the thing. Damian Maia has always been a top guy. He's beaten greats. Like you can go way back, and you could see it that he beat Gunnar Nelson, Matt Brown, Carlos Condit, Jorge Masvidal. But then when they put him in there in championship contender like level, he lost to Woodley, Covington, and Usman in a row. Then he takes a way big step back, I believe, and fights Lyman Good, Anthony Rocco Martin, and Ben Askren. He beats all three of them. He beats all three of them. Those three are not even close to the level of Woodley, Covington, and Usman.
No, but still, Askren only lost once before that, so that's still really impressive.
Right, but then he loses to Gilbert Burns. So the four, he's lost 4 of his last 7, but all 4 against the top of the top.
Yeah, but that was Gilbert Burns. He's such a monster.
So you know. I don't know, man. Like, really, Damian Maia has really only lost to fucking. Listen to his losses in his career. I'm just gonna. Okay, Nate Marquardt, Anderson Silva, Mark Munoz, Chris Weidman, Jake Shields, Rory McDonald, Tyron Woodley, Kobe Covington, Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns.
You know what? All of those guys are power punchers. They're all guys that can take your head off, like Marquardt, the great. Silva is a monster, of course. Mark Munoz, the Filipino wrecking machine. He's built like a tank.
Yeah. So
even Jack Shields, like they're all like super muscular big boys.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, I think that Maia gets it to the ground and wins. Now that I've convinced myself that Damian Maia. Belal Muhammad is good, but the level of good is not top 5 elite good. So when Damian Maia fights guys that are not top 5, top 6 elite good, he wins. So I'm going to go Damian Maia by submission at some point in that fight.
Yeah, you know what? I've got to keep on you on this one because from a little bit because I think that Belal Muhammad and the power and the better striking that he can maybe close the fight, knock him out. But in all logic, if it goes to the ground, I think Damian gets him in triangle or armbar or something.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen.
Belal, he currently sits number 12 in the division.
Remember the name.
Yeah, they got
that's a cool nickname.
Yeah, he's a character, man. He's a funny dude on social media and stuff. He's got a lot of charisma, that guy. After that event, we'll just because I just want to cover 264 real quick. But after that pay-per-view, the event right after, you got the Korean Zombies returning against Danny Ige. That's a good.
And Alexa Jolienic, more important.
Alex Olenek, and but after that one, you got Cyril Gane and Alexander Volkov. We already talked about that one. That's a fucking scary one. And then that brings you right to the Dustin Poirier Conor McGregor event. Now, let me just tell you that the only 2 fights that have been signed, sealed, and delivered are Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, and Gilbert Burns and Wonderboy. Yeah, those are both very good fights. But on that same card, you got nothing signed yet, but you got Jessica Ai and Jennifer Maia. You got Tai Tuivasa and Greg Hardy. You got Sean O'Malley and Louis Smolka. And you also have Ryan Hall finally getting a fight against Topura, whatever. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Elia Topura. Yeah. Either way, it's almost right. It's damn near impossible to find an opponent for Ryan Hall. You know what I said to somebody the other day, and they fucking was like, "Are you insane?" I said, "You know who could probably beat Charles Oliveira and take that title? A featherweight by the name of Ryan Hall." They were like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, because Ryan Hall is probably the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner out there other than him. And I think Hall could get him to the floor, and I believe he could submit him. So there's my crazy prediction if it ever happened."
If it does,
I would like to see Oliveira and Ryan Hall in a submission underground.
I think that will be Dana's world's nightmare.
It would be, and that's why he can never sign him to a damn fight, man. Nobody wants to fight him.
He would have a stroke, I think. So, who do you get for the main event?
Main event. Oh, god damn it! I absolutely fucking hate picking from these two because I like them both so much. I've always been a Conor fan ever since he started. He had me from day one. He was so entertaining and so charismatic, and everything he's done. I know he's been a dickhead in the outside the cage, but I think he's gone over that shit. I did love.
Haters gonna hate,
dude. I absolutely loved what he did to give the old fuck you to Poirier when he donated $500,000 to a different. He donated donated to a different foundation in the Louisiana. Yeah, he was like, not only am I not giving you $500,000, I'm giving it to this other organization in your area. So fuck off.
Poirier tweeted he was cool with it and stuff, but I think in real, alone, yeah, it is true.
He was like, yeah, Poirier was like, God damn it, he got me good this time. And then Conor was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay on this bad boy Conor McGregor's back kick. I'm gonna buy the pub that I punched that old man in, and I'm gonna ban that guy from it.
That was fucking
could he be a bigger dickhead? It's just hilarious.
The poor guy. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Have you seen how much disrespect is getting Conor? When I see on Tapology, the statistics are 67% for Poirier, 33% for Conor.
Yeah, I don't. And the thing that makes me lean back towards Conor. One, he is much strong. He's bigger and stronger than ever. The guy's, but he's stepping back from the boxing stance that he has grown to fucking fall in love with. And he said he's going back to his more karate martial arts stance. And the first time him and Dustin fought, he had that wide stance, hands down, that karate guy, Conor. And if he's going back to that, I really feel I think Conor can get that fucking win back. And
I think he got to, man.
Yeah.
The boxing heavy stance is bad for the checking the calf and stuff, so I think he something about Conor is his level of adaptation. He's not gonna make the same mistake twice.
Right.
And everyone's saying like, yeah, the same thing is going to happen. Like, never.
No, I don't think so. He like you just said, he adapts and overcomes, and he did that with Nate Diaz. The Nate Diaz fight. What was it? 2 months later, they fought. It was so fast. It was such a quick turnaround. Maybe 3 months. He lost that fight, made the adjustments he needed to, and went right back in there and got the win back. So I don't know. If you ask me right now, 2 months out from the fucking fight, I'm going to tell you that I think Conor McGregor is going to pull it off.
Yeah. How long was the fight? The last one? Can't remember when it was. Which month was it?
How long ago?
Yeah, which month was it?
I would have to look it up. I cannot remember.
I can't remember when. I can find it on the.
They fought. They fought January.
Yes.
They fought.
So we're about 9 months after the first fight. Yeah.
What was the Nate Diaz one?
No, I mean the Poirier McGregor.
Oh yeah, the turnaround from the first fight to this next one. Yeah, they fought. They fought January 24th, and they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight August. Fucking where is it? They're gonna fight.
October.
When is it?
October.
October.
7 October.
7 October. No, July 10th.
Oh, sorry. I checked the wrong one.
Yeah. So July 10th. Yeah. So it's a 7-month turnaround. I love it. I like the fact that they're getting right back in there July 10th. And I think Conor's going to go back to his old ways, and he's going to right the ship.
I hope so. It makes me sad to see Conor number 7. I don't like that.
He's also very rich now. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah, he's number 1 on Forbes.
Yeah. So rich people tend to like have the best training and all that stuff. Look at Tony Stark. Tony Stark is a fucking
Tony Stark, you mean the Iron Man?
Tony Stark is the greatest superhero of all time, and he didn't have any superpowers. You know what? He had a shit ton of money.
That's true.
Conor McGregor is the fucking Tony Stark of MMA.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man.
It's a bit like the Abomination or the Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk. Yeah. So, anyways, man, we talked about a bunch of shit. I always have a good time just shooting shit. What do you got coming up that you that we should pay attention to? You got any things happening?
What do you mean, MMA wise or in general?
Yeah. What's next on the docket for you? What do you? Oh shit! Before we go, hold up. Before we go, tonight we got our girl Alicia Zapatilla, who has been on the show a couple times. Alicia is fighting Jessica Delboni. They both made weight. She will be defending her atomweight title tonight on Access TV. Also live on YouTube and Facebook on the Invicta pages on YouTube and Facebook. So it's free for the world. Invicta is no longer with the UFC Fight Pass. So you don't have to pay. Right. Yes. You don't have to pay for Fight Pass to see Invicta fights anymore. You can go right to their website or you can go to the Invicta website, the YouTube channel and the Facebook channel, or if you have cable, Access TV. And also tonight, you got this one.
Oh, yes. I think I just came a bit in my pants.
Cyborg. Once again, Chris Cyborg is defending her title. They both made weight last night. This is happening right up the street from my house here. I literally live 10, 15-minute drive to maybe 20-minute drive to Mohegan Sun. I believe they are still not allowing audience, which pisses me the fuck off because I would be there. And I gotta be honest, Mike and I are working on getting our media credentials for Bellator events because Bellator is right up the street here. So I mean, I would have loved to be there as media to cover this goddamn thing, but Bellator's staying very, very COVID safe still. Like even to the point where like other events, you see audiences, you see Joe Rogan right next to a fighter with a microphone. You see UFC guys sitting next to each other. Bellator, they're still sitting on opposite side. That like John McCarthy's standing 10 feet away from the fighter when they talk to each other. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, guys. I don't know. Who do you got in that? Do you got Leslie Smith by first round knockout over Chris Cyborg?
Over Chris Cyborg, sorry, excuse me. I beg your pardon.
Oh, sorry. I just drank some of Ben Field's coffee.
Oh, the poop coffee. Nice.
Yeah, I just drank some of that Ben Fields coffee. I think Leslie Smith's gonna beat Chris Cyborg and Lauren Murphy's gonna beat Valentina Shevchenko. Yeah.
I think Cyborg is gonna break her jaw.
Yeah. The first time they fought was in the UFC. She blew her ear up. Remember that? Remember Leslie Smith's ear popping?
Oh yes, I remember that. It was the cauliflower ear that exploded, no?
Yeah. The cauliflower ear.
That exploded and it was fucking insane. Yeah.
I think that Chris Cyborg wins and she wins easy. I don't even think it's close. She is just another lamb being fed to the lions. So Chris Cyborg by maybe first round finish. If not, it won't go past the second. Cyborg is, probably my favorite female fighter of all time.
Me too.
Yeah, she's just so fucking awesome.
I think we are rare actually to have as favorite female fighter Cyborg, because I think like a lot of people are still trash talking her online, saying, "Oh, look at her TRT Cyborg," and she got like popped once, and it was
one time,
dude. Substitute.
I've had to tell people this so many times in just like group conversations and whatnot that she's a steroid freak. She's a steroid freak. Motherfuckers, dude, look her record up. She popped one time like 11 years ago. She and the second time she got flagged for violating for USADA was on a fucking blood thinner that they prescribed to her because she had such a hard time. The blood in her veins was so thick during her weight cut, she could have died. So she, the hospital gave her a blood thinner that she popped hot for, and she got cleared. So it was one violation 11 years ago. Get over it, you motherfucker. She's been tested a billion goddamn times since. She's awesome, man. I don't know. She got
that's a good word for the end. That's never judge a book by its cover. That's the moral of today. Never judge a book by its cover. Regarding it's for the physique, for judging if somebody's on steroid, or for judging if somebody's losing a fight by the appearance of his face.
Right. It's just it's annoying and disrespectful, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at it's like you take Chandler, you say, yeah, he's on steroids because he's all veiny and big muscles and stuff like that.
Because he's muscular, dude. You know what? And not like I'm a real big guy, but I've always been kind of big, and I spent 3 deployments overseas. And you know what I do during deployment? I spend 3 hours a day in the gym, and I work out 6 out of 7 days a week. And I take a shitload of supplements, and I eat a lot. I go to the dining facility, and when you're on deployment, you can eat a shit ton of food. So I'm eating eggs and chicken and oatmeal and fish, and I'm just piling up protein. So every time I come back from a deployment, I go from like 200 pounds to like 218 pounds, and like I'm throwing tons of fucking weight around.
That's cool.
No steroids. And that was the first thing out of like my friend's mouth. When I come home, they're like, "Oh, would you get on the juice?" I'm like, "Why? Because I fucking got big?" I'm like, "Hey, assholes, if you put the time and effort into the gym and your diet's right, you can get big and strong without using steroids, you fucking dimwits."
Man, steroid is a wide subject. Like, for example, I have 2 examples for countering this kind of arguments. Josh Barnett and Ben Rothwell. The 2 guys have got popped numerous times. Several times. When Josh Barnett won against Randy Couture, he was juiced up. And he looked like a fucking baby. Like oversized baby. Like, like he had teeth and fucking belly and shit like that, So that doesn't... Yeah.
She says if you put the time and effort in, you can have angry babies too. See? Angry baby. Oh God. Yeah, man. Like that's a perfect example. Steroids. It's not always a visual thing.
Yeah.
You like. I just people are uneducated about performance enhancers, and that's what it comes down to. It's just like PEDs are not going to make you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're gonna help you get a little bit faster. You know, maybe you push a little bit more weight, put a little more power into you, but the aesthetics of it is what effort you put into the gym. When I was deployed in 2003-4, we were staying in this warehouse with this other unit, and there was this skinny little guy who says to me, he's like, "Hey, he got juice. Believe it or not, people, you can get steroids anywhere you want. But this kid got steroids overseas." So I'm like, I don't know anything about them. I was like, I know people that have done them, but I can't give you any pointers on how to do them. Honest to God, I don't know. So he started taking juice, right? Motherfucker never exercised. He barely went to the gym.
What?
Right. So he's
what an idiot.
Right.
He just got small balls and that's it.
Right. So me and my buddy are going to the gym 2-3 hours every day, putting up all kinds of gains and shit and getting in really good shape. And this kid's getting a gut. He's getting a little fucking gut. And he's like, "Man, I don't understand why." I'm like, dude, I'm no genius here, but you can't just fucking pump juice into your system and then lay on your rack. Yeah, you can't just lay on your bed and watch movies on your laptop and think you're gonna grow muscles, you fucking dipshit.
So he's just gonna fuck his balls.
Yeah. Your nuts are gonna shrink. You're gonna get a little roid gut, and yeah, you're gonna end up looking right. Yeah. Yep. So you know what I mean? It's like people need to educate themselves on it. And like getting back to the point of this whole conversation is the Chris Cyborg juice head tag needs to be erased and gone, because as long as you love Jon Jones, as long as you love Vitor Belfort, as long as you love fucking Anderson Silva, there's a shitload of I mean, you cannot have love for certain guys and women, but completely fucking ignore the fact that they got popped several times and then hate Chris Cyborg for the one failure that she had 11 years ago.
That's exactly what I was going to say, brother. Like I don't get it why people are hypocrites and give props to TRT Belfort or all those guys. And they deserve the props because they were monsters, they were legends. It's not because of steroids that Vitor Belfort is a monster. It's because Vitor Belfort is a monster.
Right.
But and for some reason there is people that get hated on for taking steroids, or like Chris Cyborg, or even some people go into get totally forgotten because of stories like Dennis Siver. I have some kind of fond love for Dennis Siver. I don't know why. I just like the little German midget, as said Conor McGregor, but he was an excellent fighter that fought all the best and beat some of them. Even beat Japan in his last fights in 2017. That's beat Japan in 2017, but still.
Yeah.
But the guy was just remembered for taking steroids and doing spinning back kicks. And the guy was a monster. Like, he was one of the best lightweights in the world.
You know what they should do, Leo, is start an all steroids organization and just let all these guys just juice to the fucking gills and get in there.
That's the Joe Rogan solution. He wants that.
I mean, Joe Rogan's not the only one. I think it would be amazing.
I would love that. Like old school, like old school MMA tournaments, no rules.
Basically, I'm talking Mark Kerr and what's his name? Is it Mark Kerr? Back in was it Kerr?
You do an organization, old school organization based on UFC 1, and the main event is Mark Kerr versus Dan Severn.
Yeah, there you go.
Today.
Do it right
60
now.
years old.
Do it today, man.
All right. Hate if I had an organization of MMA, I would do fights like that. I would do all these old legends, and all the fans would hate me. I would do Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz 4.
Yeah. I feel like we can keep going all day just talking about shit, man. But I got stuff to do. I gotta go be a parent. I gotta go pay for yeah, I gotta go pay some camp bills and get my kids into some camps and all that stuff. I know it's fun to talk to
we
you
should
about.
do a bullshit talk show talking about all these stupid ideas of making fights of 70 years olds.
We could do this. We could do this. We'll do it again sometime. We'll go ahead and we'll close it out today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and till next time, What do you say?
Yeah, bye-bye, guys.
Later.
Cheers.